I had a real good mother and father. They surely stood the test. And now are in bright glory and are sleeping on the Savior's breast. They set a good example for me, and they taught me how to pray. Now I truly converted and walking on the narrow way.
Goes over to Halifax County, and I'm born 9 months later. So he's 9 months older than I am.
Well, what she's really telling you is that the Lord looked at me and said, that poor little scoundrel's going to need a lot of help.
Yeah.
And that he immediately created me a mate.
Say that again.
I've had the privilege of living with a younger woman for over 70 years now.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old when I got married, and he lacked about 2 or 3 weeks being 21.
Wow.
We got married in.
At that time, that was reasonably.
See,
I mean, we had waited longer than a lot of kids because a lot of them got married out of high school.
we didn't even meet until after he graduated in Dunn. I graduated in We both had grades to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way I was going to go to college.
There's so much more help now to get you in college. They encourage you to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then it was not. I mean, now you kind of expect children to go to college if they can.
Yeah.
But it was just basically we can't afford college.
So what did you think of Papa when you first met him?
Well, he was my boss, and I had no idea.
She thought I was an old man.
I didn't know he'd ever look at me. But after he saw me dancing, and he came back in and wanted to know if he could come to see me.
Oh, she was a pretty cute little girl now.
What happened? Mr. Starkey took us up to Jessie and me and 3 girls from the 3 or 4 up to Tarboro. They were building and renovating their store up there, and he wanted us all to go up there and see the layout and get ideas. Well, they put me in the middle because I was the smallest.
You see, what had happened, she was in the middle and she took the opportunity to just fall over on me every time the car swung a little corner and all, and he drove pretty fast. So she was on my shoulder and all.
Well, Mr. Starkey, he was a fast driver, and he'd sling those curves, and rather than fall over on Mr. Starkey...
She's admitting now that she fell over on me.
Well, I did, because I didn't want to fall over on Mr. Starkey.
The rules were against
dating. Yeah.
At the workplace. Okay.
At the workplace.
Did that mean you had to quit working there?
No, they didn't enforce the rule.
Mr. Friend, he didn't care. He didn't care if we dated.
Yeah.
He was real kind. We dated a while, but then the next Christmas, you gave me
that ring.
Gave me an engagement ring. I always wanted to be a dancer or sing. My music teacher in high school, my music teacher wanted me to take music lessons, but couldn't afford that either. But I would have loved to learn to play piano. But we didn't have a piano. And there was no way I was going to get money to learn to play. We had. At that time, I thought, if I live, I will work and send my children to take piano.
The thing of it is, we all, and through Allene's motivation, they all took music.
Yeah.
It was worth every dime of it because
Now,
they
she
all got a knowledge of music.
And he and I used to sing together. We
Me,
used to sing together in the car together.
Oh, okay.
never had any desire to be a performer now. Our singing was singing to each other.
At Long Ranch, when I went out there, they didn't have the round notes. They had shaped notes. And look, they even sang the notes, those shaped notes.
That's where they would learn the song. Oh, cherish the cross, the old rugged cross, till the truth is at last I lay down. I will cling to the cross, the old rugged cross, and exchange someday for a crown.
It seems 'twas only yesterday at first he held my hand. He whispered little tender words that held our futures planned. And though the time has quickly flown from days to weeks to years, they seem so short because we've shared our laughter and our tears. If I had searched around the earth, I never could have found another one to share my dreams and both our hearts be bound. Forever, yes, and then a day, God's promise to us all. We'll continue to share our love till one of us is called. He's been a good provider, the best man I've ever known. And as a father, he's been the best a child could ever own. All this and more he's been to us. There is no better man. You've guessed my thoughts indeed. We think our lives by God will plan. How could I pick out such a mate and trust my heart alone? Well, God was watching from above. His choice for me was shown. That's why our marriage is a precious thing, to last till eternity, until the master of us all says, I've a better plan for thee.
For you guys having 4 children, how did your idea of what it meant to be parents change from the first child to the fourth, from Ann to
Well, you
Ernest?
learn, honey, that first one, when Ann came along, we lived with his mother 5 years. Ann was the only baby that had been in that house for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And so she just kind of took over.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I thought, Lord have mercy, this baby won't know who her mama is.
Mm-hmm.
So I took back over. Well, by the time Clifton came along, I was thrilled to death for anybody that would do anything for you. Do you know what he said?
What?
He said, I got 2 girls trying to get boys and got boys trying to get nothing.
Come on.
Well,
That's what you said.
How
I think I would forget that.
do you think you treated one differently than the other? Did you learn?
Yes, your daddy was treated somewhat different from any of them. He had a little more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
The first
Jesse
place
said-
you go and that's your child, and they're going to be kind of perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got minds of their own.
He said we had
And
3.
they,
He said we had 3.
and you had
found
to
out we weren't
adjust
going to have a
and-
perfect one. And then we just
and
enjoyed
they
them.
he'll punish the earliest one a little quicker.
Uh-huh.
And because looking back,
Mm-hmm.
we use a lot more common sense and be a little more discreet. Clifton and Ann
Uh-huh.
were they would make if I do this, I might get a whipping.
Uh-huh.
But the chance is worth it.
I'm thankful I've got nice, healthy children and then grandchildren.
That's the biggest pride you have, and you've been pretty. If your children turn out well,
Mm-hmm.
and your grandchildren and all, you've had a pretty successful life. Nothing you could ask for much more than that.
So, your greatest advice or word of advice that you can give, what do you think that will be?
Love them. Love your children.
You're talking about advice to not take things too seriously, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the first place, build on your faith.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a comfort in having a peace with your well, like I say, peace with your Lord. And another thing, try to love yourself. Feel good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We have been almost penniless, and we've had affluency. But money, we've enjoyed being able to pay our bills, but that's not the biggest thing in life.
Mm-hmm.
We've enjoyed sharing what we had with people. We still give away a lot. And if we send you a little check, it's a real pleasure to us. You get pleasure from it.
Yeah.
Probably more pleasure than you get. But
life is too short to make anybody else's life miserable.
yeah.
That's
And
what I
respect.
always feel.
And if you serve people, in my opinion, you serve the Lord. Don't take yourself too
Don't
seriously.
take the children too seriously.
And look,
I mean, everything they do, overlook some of the little things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the big things that you need to reprimand them about, but not the little things.
Yeah.
That little
Talking
story.
about raising children that Gibbon
Mm-hmm.
said that, you train your children the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
Direct them, you carry them to church, you do whatever thing. But it's like putting a bow and an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
That when you pull and shoot the arrow,
Mm-hmm.
once you turn it loose,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many other elements like wind and different things. But that aim is still important.
That's true.
That even though it might be off base, but you don't have any real determination where it's going to land.
And where?
But aiming it right is important.
And that's why.
Yeah, it's in the hands of the Lord then. I have been, I've got a lot of things probably I didn't deserve, but
No, you didn't.
it's
Deserved everything.
but we've had an excellent life, and I've had a good wife, and she's guided me pretty good. And look, we're proud of you young'uns. You've got a good value system. You've got a good big heart, and we take a lot of pride in that. Go placeably amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truths quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant, because they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, because they are a vexation to the spirit. If you compare yourself with the others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble it may be. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is in many persons. Strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affections. Neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all austerity and disenchantment, it is a perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of your youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with imagining. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe no less than the trees and the stars, and you have every right to be. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolded just as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and your aspirations in the noisy confusions of life, keep peace with your soul, with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, is still a beautiful work. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. You cannot buy other people's happiness. You just can't do it. And money don't buy it. Now, money is a comfort now. Let me tell you one thing. Don't underestimate it. I'd rather have it than not have it.
Yeah.
But it is not the total happiness of life. All the money can't replace this little lady.
Yeah.
90-year-old and she's still a doll.
Yeah.
Life is like an hourglass. The sands of time, they fall so fast. It seems just like the other day I turned around and I saw your face. I need you and you need me, baby, just like an old lock and key. I need you and you need me, baby, just like an old lock and key. Sometimes when life don't go my way, a smile from you can change my day. Together we've been through it all. I'm here to catch you when you fall. I need you, you need me, baby, just like an old lock and key. I need you and you need me, baby, just like an old lock and key. I fell for you so easily. I love the way you fell for me. One day we'll grow old and gray. I know that love will feel the same. 'Cause I need you, you need me, baby, just like an old lock and